And we're back in Brisbane. Thanks very much for everyone for joining us for the first press conference of the day, and it's with Combank Matildas goalkeeper and also cap number 185 in Mackenzie Arnold. Mac, how are you feeling a couple of days out since the match against Canada?
Good, I'm pumped. I think it's been good to take the last 2 days to really soak in that performance and that win and be able to enjoy it with each other. But now it's been also good to get back on the field, sort of get a flush and get ready to focus on Denmark.
We've got a couple of new people, so please raise your hand, and we've got microphones on either side which will come across to you ahead of the questions. First question.
Mackenzie, Kerr from Channel 10. Who's a Shania Twain fan? Continue the Canada good vibes?
That was actually Georgia, our S&C assistant. She was actually under a little bit of pressure with that. We sort of just told her to put on some tunes, and that was what she came out with. So thankfully it was a banger. Otherwise it could have been a little bit embarrassing for her.
Is it representative of or am I looking too much into it in regards to the pressure to get to the final 16? In light of that, how would you describe the week to date in regards to a refocus to get set for the next level?
Sorry, what's the question?
Well, the feeling in the team, obviously there would have been a lot of pressure to get to this stage.
Right.
But now it's obviously a refocus. Is there a way you can describe that, how that week has been and what the feeling in the team is like?
Yeah, obviously coming off the Nigeria game, there was a lot of disappointment around the team, and we took a couple of days to reflect on that and review that. And then heading into Canada, we knew it was a must-win game, and we knew we sort of had to block out the noise that was going on around the camp and just focus on the game and focus on sticking together, and that's exactly what we did. So it'll be important to replicate that feeling heading into Denmark.
Jess.
Mackenzie, do you feel like there can be a benefit for the team into almost having to, given the fact you had to win on Monday night, but like you've had that game of knockout football almost already under your belt, going into a game now or going into the knockout stages?
Yeah, for sure. I think actually before the game, Tony basically said to us, this is now the round of 32, and this is, we're treating this as our first round of knockout games, and that sort of really hit home as well. It was sort of like, this is do or die now. So, I think historically we've always really performed well with our backs against the wall, and thankfully we came out and did that on Monday night, so hopefully we can replicate that against Denmark.
A follow-up?
I'm just curious, you personally, Mackenzie, we get into the knockout stages, and as we know, I hate to bring up the dreaded pens discussion, but your role can become even more crucial in this stage now. Have you been, obviously today was a light session, but do you think about that and how the practice kind of can come to fruition now in this part of the tournament, and how comfortable do you feel in those situations with penalties perhaps popping up from here on out?
To be fair, it doesn't really faze me too much. I've been involved in a couple penalty shootouts at a high level with the Asian Cup, and thankfully successfully. I know historically we probably haven't gone too well in penalties. Luck probably hasn't usually been on our side with that, but we've been practicing, and I've been talking with my coaches, just getting little things right for penalties, but we thought of trying not to talk about it too much and focus on that too much, as the pressure obviously at the time. It's a real build-up, I suppose. So when it comes, but I feel quite confident going to penalty shootout. Yeah.
Sebastian.
Stefan.
Oh, sorry.
Stefan from SBS. You had fairly light training today. Has there been any change in the way you're training in the run-up to this game? Any concussions?
No concussions, no. No concussions. Unless you're seeing the dancing out there are no concussions, no.
Okay. And just follow up on the music. Are you also listening to Sydney Melons? Eshe?
Oh my God. Yeah, I don't even know where that came from. So one of the girls she was just being one of us, really. It came from the Gold Coast. Someone put it on, and now it's become one of the team songs. So there's no real story behind that.
Was the mic next?
I know you said that was just a random play. Is there something you actually play during, like, did you play a certain song before Canada, or is it something you guys play in the change rooms before you guys go out each game?
Wait, the Eshe song? Or any song?
Just like,
Oh, right.
Like a team song pre-match.
Actually, yeah, there's Strawberry Kisses by Nikki Webster has been a team favourite the last couple of weeks. I don't know where that's come from. I think actually it was Steph Catley's favourite song, and now we've all jumped on the wagon.
It's okay, it was on the plane, so they've heard it
Yeah,
already.
we put it on the plane and everything. It's out there. Everyone knows.
Anna Harrington.
Sorry, my brother have a song question for you.
Yes, do you want my Spotify account while you're at it?
Just about the game the other day, we were touching it in print before, but you made this terrific save with your leg when I think it was 3-0 up. Just in terms of your confidence after maybe Nigeria was difficult, how big is it knowing that you took that moment and I guess really delivered? Like, because it looked like a pretty difficult save to make as well.
I mean, that's just part of the job. It's just like a striker scoring. It's my job to save goals. So, you know, after the Nigeria game, I did want to move on and play the next game and get a good performance under my belt. And I feel like I did that along with the rest of the team and especially the back line. So, yeah, I'm glad I could contribute my way to keeping a clean sheet. But, yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm just going to ask the status. I'll ask the one Sam Kerr question, but I'm not going to ask about an injury status update. The other night, Tony said post-match, and it was a really great grab, I think. He said the girls had this mentality heading into Canada that it was like, we've got to go out there, we've got to get this victory and keep Sam on the bench so she can recover another 6 days and get through this game. And it was all about doing it, not doing it for Sam, but doing it so she can have those 6 days and buy her that time so she can continue her rehab in a sense. Have you seen an improvement in that sense that with every day you're going to get a fitter, a healthier Sam Kerr back perhaps in the team? And what can you discuss from a player perspective what Tony meant by that?
I don't so much think we went out there and played for Sam. Obviously, 3 weeks. It's always gonna be, you know, better to give her an extra week's recovery. She was available if we needed her. Thankfully, we didn't need her, so you know it was great that we were able to give her another week's recovery. But in terms of going out there and playing for Sam, I don't know that was the narrative behind it, but yeah, it's been good that we were able to get the win and be able to give her another week's recovery. And get her more available for the following game.
Final question for Mackenzie. Actually, we'll go final to Alicia and then Jess.
Thank you very much. Alyssa.
Sorry, Alyssa. Sorry, I'm having a shocker today.
Mackenzie, just on Sam, obviously a light training session today. How did she look out on the park? Did she complete your full light training session with all of the team?
Yep, she has her own individual plan that she's doing with the doctor and the physio and getting her ready to join in with the team. And what she had to do, she looked like she was quite comfortable doing it, and she was in high spirits after the game. So I assume it all went well.
And finally, Jess.
I don't have a sound question, don't worry. Jess Crichton, Sky Sports. I am interested in you though, Mackenzie, and how your confidence has been impacted by the fact that you had your hearing aids fitted recently. How much has that impacted you tying down the #1 spot as goalkeeper for Australia?
It's an interesting question, actually. It's hard for me to say if that has really had an impact on my confidence or my performance. It's funny that you actually say that because I obviously wasn't too happy with my performance against Nigeria, and I almost look back and I'm thinking I didn't wear my hearing aids that whole day, and I was thinking that maybe my brain wasn't stimulated enough, maybe, I'm not sure. It's just a lot of things I think I do tie back to my hearing now. It could have been completely opposite. I have no idea, but I do feel a lot more confident within myself when I have them in, and I feel like I don't know, I think a lot more alert and connected. So whether that has a connection with how I play or not, I'm not too sure, but I would like to think it does.
It's a great performance against Canada. Can I just follow up? Why did you take them out before the Nigeria game?
I didn't take them out. I actually don't play with them, but it was more the lead up. I had just, it's almost like trying to get into my daily routine. So I check my phone in the morning, and I'm trying to get into my routine that I put my hearing aids in, because I'd right now I've forgotten. So, so I am trying to make that still part of my daily routine to make sure I don't forget. But on that particular day, I did forget.
Fantastic. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, guys.